of caravan for our holiday in France. On our return, we decided to purchase a small campervan. The camper is a converted Volkswagen with an electric roof and a fully fitted mini kitchen. We bought a Portugal guidebook for campers and off we went. Portugal is approximately a 2,200 kilometer drive from the Netherlands. We made a short overnight stop south of Paris and continued heading to San Sebastian in Spain. Just before the Spanish border, we found a lovely camping site, Camping Poncho, in the town of Uruña.
Waar zijn we?
Golf van Biscay. Baskenland, nog net in Frankrijk. Daar is Spanje. Het Atlantische Oceaan, mooie grote golven.
San Sebastian lays along a wide sandy bay in the north of Basque Country.
Kijk wat daar ligt, een oyster.
You can find fishermen houses, beautiful cobbled streets and alleys with colorful shops and churches, and it is famous for its pinchos, or Basque tapas. Our next stop is Salamanca. Just outside Salamanca, we camped in Camping Don Quixote. We took our bikes to cycle to Salamanca's Old Town. It's just a lovely 5-kilometer ride along the river Tormes. Salamanca is an ancient university town in the west of Spain. It has beautiful Romanesque, Gothic, Moorish, Renaissance and Baroque monuments. Among the stone carvings, you can find hidden sculptures. We found the astronauts and finally the famous Salamanca frog. Our first stop in Portugal is Vila Nova Poiares, where I met my friends from university for our 6th quinquennial holiday. Gijs dropped me off at Quinta no Pinhal, where our hiking holiday starts. Because of my knee and ankle injury, I kept myself busy with an online watercolor painting course, while the rest of the group was hiking. Having a couple of days for himself, Gijs met up with David Mendes and his brother for some serious cycling. After 2 days, me and my friends moved to Talasnau, a beautiful schist village in the mountains. Good company, delicious goat stew and grilled black pork. It's time to say goodbye and to head south. We made a quick stop in Fatima, a Catholic pilgrimage site, to see the colossal cathedral square, which is more than 2.5 times the size of Rome's St. Peter's Square. Definitely worth a visit is the Batala Monastery, with its late flamboyant Gothic architecture. Finally, we arrived in Lisbon, where we stayed in a beautiful boutique hotel in Jardim das Amoreiras. The hotel just opened and we are the first guests. Fado is a form of music characterized by mournful tunes and lyrics. The music is infused with what the Portuguese call saudade, a feeling of loss.
Eu já não sei.
The Portuguese Maritime Empire was one of the first European empires to dominate the Indian Oceans. Prince Henry the Navigator, Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan, these are all famous Portuguese navigators. Standing on top of Belém Tower, you could experience the feeling of celebrations when the ships used to depart and arrive from overseas in the olden days. We are heading off to Cascais, a beautiful coastal area. One of Portugal's highlights is Sintra. Sintra is known for its palaces. The colorful Palácio de Penha you could compare with the fairy tale Disney castle. Part of the reason to visit Portugal is to visit friends and see where they are living. We went to see my friend Leonette in the Alentejo region, a very dry and arid area with lots of olives and Portuguese cork oak trees. Wonderful to have breakfast in a garden, hear the birds and smell the eucalyptus trees. What a coincidence that I received this birthday gift from Leonette. I was looking for this special dish for a long time. Leo recommended us to visit Évora, the capital of the Alentejo region. The city has its roots dating back to the Roman times. What makes it a UNESCO World Heritage Site is the architecture of the white houses, the old wall, the aqueducts, medieval buildings like the cathedral, convents, palaces, churches, and beautiful squares. We decided to head north again towards the Douro Valley. The Algarve region we will leave for our next trip. First stop is Coimbra, the oldest university town in Portugal. When you say Portugal, you think of Catholicism. The kings of Portugal set the example and were building churches, monasteries, convents and palaces everywhere. Coimbra is full of them. In the Middle Ages, the royal palace on top of the hill housed the three original faculties: arts and science, law and medicine. It is a very lively student town. Going downhill, descending the narrow stairs and alleys, there are lots of nice terraces, cafes and restaurants. We continued on our journey to the Douro Valley. The weather has changed. A week of rain is forecasted, but luckily we also had a little bit of sunshine. And we found some lovely camping spots along the Douro River. Early in the morning we bought a train ticket to the most beautiful Douro town.
Nou, goed geslapen vandaag?
Nou, niet echt. Beetje veel lawaai daar op de campingparkeerplaats met vrachtwagens, chauffeurs die om 6 uur kletsen, heel hard.
Maar nu gaan we naar...
Pinhao. En dat is een hele mooie tocht langs de Douro-vallei van 30 minuten met de trein. Dus we gaan nu lekker kijken naar buiten, naar de rivierkant.
The climate and mineral-rich soil of the Douro Valley is perfect for growing the grapes for winemaking. The hillside steep terraces are covered in vines and dotted with white producing farms called quintas. On our return, we sampled some wines from this region, with some delicious tapas. Leaving the Douro Valley behind, we are now driving to Porto. Definitely worth a visit is São Bento's train station. The main hall is a real treasure. It is covered with 20,000 azulejo tiles that depict the eventful history of Portugal. Livrario Lello, Porto's famous bookstore, opened its doors in 1906. The most impressive part of the shop is the circular crimson wooden staircase. J.K. Rowling lived in Porto for a few years. Perhaps this bookshop might have inspired her in writing some scenes for her Harry Potter books. When people mention Porto, I think of port wine. Most of the wine houses have cellars in Vila Nova de Gaia, south of the city of Porto. In these cellars is where port wine is stored and aged. We had a tour and port tasting in Taylor's. Portuguese love their bacalhau, the dried cod, and so do we. And finally, Gijs met his Portuguese-Dutch cousins Paula and Alexandra. We made a short visit to Viana do Castelo, and David and Ping showed us their hometown and were our tour guides. Our last stop in Portugal is Guimarães, Portugal's first capital. Time to head back north and visit Bilbao. Bilbao is the largest city in Basque Country, and I'm very curious about it. It was given the Lee Kuan Yew World City Prize, considered the Nobel Prize for Urbanism. We found a lovely camping spot on top of the hill overlooking the city. One of Bilbao's iconic landmark is the Guggenheim Museum. We are driving to France now in search of better weather. We noticed that we were late in the camping season. We're the only campers in the chateau's camping grounds. Our last stop for holiday is visiting our friends Lilian and Ernest in Siraan, a beautiful village in the Languedoc.
We gaan wijn proeven in Zuid-Frankrijk in de cabrio van Lilian.
After all the fun, laughter and wine tasting, we stocked up our car with more wine and headed home.